Well, all I can say is that I managed to botch things up considerably, so I've got to head all the way back. Now you can see the stress is mounting. I've got to head all the way back to sort of Spathi territory and try and sort stuff out the complicated way. Basically what's happened is I've just got myself into a load of dumb. If only I'd done this beforehand. I mean, look at the time that's passing, oh my god. I've only got a little bit amount of time before the game is literally at the stage where I won't be able to win it unless I do things drastically. Ah dear, I shouldn't have spent so much time collecting resources, because you know I can get an easy amount of resource units every time I kill enemy craft. If I'm a decent pilot, I should be able to kill them relatively easily. But I basically overstayed my welcome early game. But if other players can do this, I can do this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the homeworld of the Spathi and create an alliance. So, right, navigate. I want to avoid the ships. I said I want to avoid the ships. Right, why haven't they moved?
Hello, friend Hunam. How nice to see you again. Kill anyone today? Certainly. Perhaps beginning with some advice. Don't presume we are stupid. I guess the only event of importance I know about concerns the low and stupid Unga, whose pranks we must suffer on a regular basis. At least we have removed one source of their annoying jokes, an unusually strong hyperwave caster, which they used on several occasions to impersonate such frightening characters as the Grandmaster Planet Eaters, Judd the Ineffable Vug, and Killmaster 18. Needless to say, we did not fall for any of their hijinks. In fact, we succeeded in taking from the Unga their precious caster, thus ending their attempts at sick levity.
Well, what does that mean? Does that mean I can get access to the things? Right, I'm gonna go to the safe ones.
Back. Great! Our celebrations are still going on. Can you come back later? Why don't you just wait a while, until after we are resettled on our home world?
I've waited like half the game.
At that time. 10, 15 years tops.
Yep.
No. We are simply taking a more adult, welcome to the real world view of the situation. We cannot simply say, hurrah! And form an alliance with you this very moment. Surely you see that.
Let's return them to the surface. We don't really. We're just gonna bluff them.
No, please. Exactly what kind of relationship were you thinking of? Okay, we are quite familiar with that arrangement. Very well. I'll bet we will regret this decision later on, but you leave me with no choice. We will comply with your needs. A Spathi delegation will depart immediately for the planet Earth.
This isn't a great situation.
Welcome back to Spathiwa, Captain. We hope the material we provided your starbase engineers was sufficient for your needs.
Let's see.
Perhaps, Captain, I will explain. We have been investigating the caster which we took away from the
I need the caster.
after the Judd the Bug scandal 8 years ago. We have uncovered evidence of something strange going on between the Unga and the Ur-Rat over the past many years. We suspect that the Unga were using the caster to pull off some kind of long-term joke on the Ur-Rat, but we are unable to glean any more details.
Alright.
Certainly.
I want information about the caster.
Like all other races, we have found evidence of the precursors scattered throughout our space. Our belief is that the precursors are not really gone. They simply came to their senses one day and used their superior technology to invent some kind of perfect invisibility shield and remain alive and happy to this day. We hope to rediscover the secret someday and disappear into similar obscurity. One other thing, we haven't been able to translate much of their writing, but we understand one fragment of text. It mentions a sequence of 10 artificial waste disposal sites they built somewhere around here. I suspect that even garbage from the precursors would be of incredible value. Since we tend to stay close to home, preferably in the living room, we know little about other races beyond our neighbors such as the Unga. Before being subjugated by the Ur-Quan, the Unga were a contented and peaceable race who inhabited the region of stars which you call Orionis. They spent their time happily exploring and mining the nearby planetary systems and engaging in elaborate and, to our way of thinking, cruel practical jokes. One particularly nasty prank was the time they broadcast a trick message through space declaring the arrival of the Grand Master Planet Eaters or some such nonsense. This caused several alien cultures to go mad with panic, including, you might be surprised to know, ourselves.
Really? What else?
Before the evil ones appeared, we Spathi were a simple folk. We were content with our calm lives, our rude huts, and our coarse-woven turtleneck sweaters. I suppose we could have remained that way for eons, were it not for the sudden arrival of a million voracious monsters from hell. We have never quite figured out where they, the evil ones, came from. The few specimens we collected, who had mostly died of tooth decay from eating sweet, happy flesh, were physiologically unlike any other species from Spathiwa. It was as though they had arrived suddenly on the surface of our planet, transported there by some unknown agency. But that is nonsense. Who could be so cruel?
Well, quite a number of different species.
You mean the one we helped demolish? That one? Well, we had some contact with Alliance members before the Ur-Quan showed up. Mostly with the Chenjasu, who stopped off here occasionally when they were on their way to explore the galactic core. Actually, their last visit was interesting. They were returning from the Tukane star systems, where they said they had found a new alien race called the Octopdic, or something like that. The only other race we ever dealt with was the Mernherm, who once tried to colonize Beta Hercules, which we considered within our sphere of influence. When we explained this to the Mernherm, they politely withdrew from the contested star system and never bothered us again. Since we never wanted to be in the hierarchy, and we are afraid of all the other members, our knowledge on this subject is a bit limited. But I'll tell you what I know. The hierarchy is the construct of the Ur-Quan. It exists to maintain their supreme authority over all sentient life forms in the galaxy. As far as we know, there are 6 other races active in the hierarchy, including the gelatinous Unga pranksters, the multi-legged, super-violent Ur-Rat, who are fanatical in their worship of Dogar and Kazan, the Tradash, a weak and obnoxious race from the Draconis group of stars, the humanoid clones you call andros think, though they have been strangely absent for some years. The vain Vox, commanded by the brilliant and eccentric General Zex, and the mysterious Mycon, who ramble endlessly about people, places, and events from long ago as though they happened just today. If there are other hierarchy races, we are not aware of them.
It's enough
Good.
info.
I don't feel much like talking about that anyway.
Can you give me stuff?
No. Goodbye, Hunam.
Well, the Spathi are, as usual, extremely useless. I'm going to try one more time.
What can we, the High Spathi Ruling Council, do for you? Certainly. About what?
Got enough
Good.
info from them.
Yes,
Intelligence.
and the news
Ooh.
is not good. As you know, Androsin face borders our own, and while we never really liked the Androsin, it seemed that they weren't out to kill us, as everyone else seems to be. Imagine our shock when we learned that they had been invaded and eaten by those folk, the Urs. Well, actually, we don't know if the Urs ate anybody, but we're sure they did something freaky. I sure hope that you're not considering an alliance with them, Captain. They are dangerous. Goodbye, Hunam.
Yeah, they're not going to help me much. So, anyway, it's been nice catching up with our Spathi friends. They are dodgy as hell. But it's time that I went into space and found myself that caster. I'll catch you in a little bit. Catch you later.
Bye-bye.